I know it sounds odd, right? I do think it sounds odd, but I think there's a lot of people out there who are frightened of porridge because it gets lumpy and it's a bit hard.
Well, also, there is that thing of buying the sachet, putting it into your microwave, into your bowl, and ping, and it's done. But there's something really lovely about making your own porridge from scratch. And it always reminds me of being little, because my daddy made porridge for the whole family. We were like Goldilocks, me and my sister. And so we'd have it all different consistencies, lots of different toppings and different things in it. So I'm going back to his recipe, but I'm adding a twist of coconut milk.
Right.
So we're going dairy-free.
I'll get coconut milk from the fridge.
So,
and I think the thing is that there is this whole movement, isn't there, onto dairy-free, and people are frightened of it. Coconut milk, almond milk, whatever it is, all you're doing is replacing what was, in my day, when I was a kid eating porridge, water with milk. But you have the different types of oats, aren't there?
And oat milk, yes.
And this is a jumbo oats. There's big oats, there's little oats, there's flat oats, there's whatever. But actually, the bigger the oats, especially when you're making porridge, the more creamy it becomes.
It really does.
And you should really be stirring it quite a lot so that the creaminess of the oats come out, and that makes it really luscious.
Yes. So I use 1 cup of oats.
1 measure.
2 cups of milk. So that's 1 and 2. And there is something lovely about the coconut milk because it gives it a real sort of nutty, yes, but it's a nutty creaminess. It really is delicious.
And let's remember that coconut milk is not the bit from inside there. It's not the water from the coconut. The way you make coconut milk is take the flesh of the coconut, grind it all up, soak it in water, and then squeeze out the liquid, and that's what makes coconut milk.
Right.
Very different things.
Now we've got some special implements here, and this is called a spurtle.
A spurtle.
Spurtle.
Yes, I'd never heard of one of these until today, and I think there's probably many people who haven't. It's a wooden spoon without the spoon bit on the end of it. Simple as that. And it's a Scottish invention, apparently, from the 15th century. But that's it. Now, the thing about stirring porridge is that if you stir in 2 directions, what happens is that's when you get lumps.
Yes.
So you should only stir in 1 direction.
Well, you should also only stir in 1 direction because otherwise, apparently, the bad spirits get in.
That's right.
So you have to stir in the same direction because you keep the love in.
That's
and
it.
if you go the other way, then the bad spirits get in.
Right, so I'm going to keep on stirring this. You put any salt in here?
My dad always put a pinch of salt in, which I really liked then because then I'd have the sugar on the top, which would crumble on, and it would go sort of into these big pools of golden brown sugar, and you'd have this sort of salty sugariness, which was
And what I like about
amazing.
this is that you talk about it with such love because it reminds you of being such a young person.
It does. It reminds me of being little. But another way of doing oats or eating oats is by doing overnight oats, which is a really lovely thing, a really nice recipe, which we got from our friend Georgia, didn't we?
We did.
So they're very easy and they're very delicious.
But they don't require any cooking.
No, they're cold. And if you are going out, then and you're taking your breakfast with you, it's really good because you can just put them in a little jar, put them in your bag, and take them to work. So I've got 60 grams of oats and 170 ml of cold water in my oats. And then I've got some chia seeds here. They're really lovely in the porridge. Now, they are rich in omega-3, so they're very good for you. And if you put I'm going to put 2 tablespoons in. And with the liquid, what happens to them overnight, or even after a couple of hours, is that they go a bit like, you know, tapioca?
Ah, yeah.
They go like that, a little bit frog spawny.
Oh.
But I really love them.
Like the kids in their bubble tea.
Yeah, exactly like that. A couple of tablespoons of natural yoghurt, and you could use dairy-free if you wanted to. So we'll just put that in there, maybe 2 or 3.
Nothing sticking to my spurtle.
No, that spurtle's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then I've got some stem ginger. I love stem ginger. I think it's one of those things you just buy it, keep it in the cupboard, and people don't really use it very much. I love it in ginger biscuits, ginger cake, but it's also gorgeous in your breakfast cereal and gives a real little zing.
That would be really lovely with porridge.
Yeah. So I'm just going to chop this into little, tiny little chunks because you don't need, it's a real kick, has a real kick to it, and it is very sweet.
I think it's underused.
Me too.
I think that stem ginger is a good thing. So water, yogurt, chia seeds, ginger.
Yep.
And because there's a lot of those recipes out there with grated apple and all
Yes,
that
so
sort of
what
stuff.
I was going to say is, just quickly, little bit of syrup as well, just because I can't resist it. Give that a stir.
And do you put honey in yours as well, don't you?
And I'm just going to put some, I've just put the syrup instead of honey.
Ah.
So I've got a bit of ginger syrup in there. Stir them, put them in the fridge, leave them.
Overnight! That's my prompt, I think, obviously.
That was your prompt. And I've got some here. So once you've left them, you can just eat them like this. They're absolutely fine. Or, as you say, you can add to them. So you can add grated apple, some banana. I think we've got in here as well, which is a really lovely tip, is some frozen banana.
Well, that's good. I've got some fresh banana as well. Fresh banana, frozen banana.
Yeah.
Nice.
But what's lovely is you get a little bit of a crunch in this. So we've got frozen banana, a couple of raspberries. Oh.
Runaway berries.
Blueberries. And blackberries.
And my oats are almost done.
And that is it. We've got such a lovely breakfast that you can just take
Like
to work. Break
Delicious.
some apple in, put whatever you want in it.
that. Nice. Your bowl for our porridge. And I'm going to look at our larder for what else I can put in my porridge.
Okay, you go for it.
What have I
I
got
think
in
there's
here?
some coconut flakes in there.
Coconut flakes. Oh, some sultanas, because you love those. Not cinnamon.
No.
Okay. Soft brown sugar.
Yes.
Maple syrup.
Oh, should we have some maple syrup?
Brandy.
It's January.
I don't think the porridge should be too hard. I
No.
think it should be
Needs to
nice
be
and
soft
creamy.
and creamy.
Yeah.
And I think it is one of those things that, us babies, our kids really ate it, and then they go through a stage where they don't like it. And there was a great advert for one of them years ago where you suddenly would eat porridge and then you'd get this lovely golden glow around you. But it really makes me think that. So I always feel very good if I've sent my daughter off to school after having a bowl of porridge. And if the only way she eats it is with a bit of hot chocolate, then so be it.
Yes, or a little bit of something else on top.
Or some berries, exactly.
Yeah. Nice bit of porridge in there.
That's big. That's for the bear. That's for Daddy Bear.
Yep, that's me. Let's put some coconut flakes across the top.
Oh, gosh, that looks delicious
Another
already.
teaspoon, please, my love.
You can.
Some currants. And then some soft brown sugar across the top, because you've got to have sugar across the top of your porridge. And because you got banana, I'm going to put banana on mine as well.
Oh, yeah, never want to be outdone, eh?
No, I just want to be like you. There we are. A good bowl of porridge with coconut milk and lots of toppings and overnight oats. Very, very nicely done indeed.
Yes.
Lovely way to start the day.